Hello, this is not a spring chick with Bikini Czar, and as you all know, I do love technology. Doesn't always like me, but I'm always happy, so I've got my little laptop. What? Does that sound kind of crazy? Okay, so, you know, tech toys are not just for guys, they're also for gals. And there's some of us that really do like them. Now, does that sound... Oh, I forgot I had this on there. There's my mouth.
Oh, that could have busted it off. That would have been bad.
Well, actually, see, here's part of it is, you know, all these little things that have these US devices, it's like you do have to be careful about them because, not that I would not ever be careful, but let's just say because it hooks into there, as you notice, it's not exactly
It's not straight. She's been it. So.
I know, it always kind of makes me... to me, this is kind of like those places where you have to use your credit card, where it takes your credit card into it versus sliding your credit card through. I always get this anxiety, like they're just going to take my credit card.
Yeah.
It does that sometimes to people.
Well, it's designed to automatically seize your credit card if you're not paying your bills.
I've seen that happen to people too, so I get a little bit anxious on that. But here, it's something that you always have to be careful of because see, when you do that and then you try and bend it back, like you can't resist it.
Yeah.
The biggest danger, of course, is getting it stuck into your computer.
And mostly what happens is it won't work in it won't work in any slot but the one that was bent in, though, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's busted. It's bent. It was bent. It's busted. So you know
I guess they need a new mouse now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how much longer it'll work. The new mouses have all these designs all over them, and I've seen the ones where you can have different cover tops.
Yeah.
Okay, not like I like the little toys.
Yeah, but
like
we
that.
bought those mouses in bulk, though.
Oh, that was one of the things. See, here's the greatest part is when the holidays come up, it's always like my favorite time because when I find things like mice that I know that I use all the time, they're at a good price, and I just buy multiples of them. Well, right? Instead of buying one, you buy like 3 of them.
Yeah, because they will stop working. I have mice that will only work on one computer in one of my slots.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, okay, like old Cam uses his mice. You use your mice all the time. So how long does a mouse last for you? About 6 months, maybe?
Probably about 3 or 4 months.
It's about 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, because I work. My problem is I can use both hands. I can work on 2 computers at the same time.
Well, and part of it is what you usually do is if you work on multiple computers, you have a mouse for this computer and a mouse for that computer, because you're not going to move it back and forth every time you need to use it, right?
Right.
You just have a mouse here and a mouse there, and it.
That's right, but it's easier just to move instead of moving back and forth. They use them, put one in each, because then because it really is. We edit a lot of video, and we have to have multiple computers because it takes so god awful long to edit the high def stuff, and the 3D takes forever. So,
I know, it sounds so
but
crazy.
you know, the way to her heart is basically the way to her heart is a brand new Panasonic 3D camera and a brand new interchangeable lens camera from Sony and an 8 gigabyte baby computer. So.
Yeah, I know, I love those things. Or I've got my list, my camera list, my video list.
Right.
My computer list.
And all of them are going to be got within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So.
I know, and it's not a clothing list.
No.
Fortunately, well, yeah, because I do like clothes too, but it's like our stuff goes towards equipment first.
Yep.
Because
and swimsuits next.
Yeah. And people always ask, so like, well, why don't you? I mean, you can get equipment free from companies. Yes, we can.
But there's all kinds of there's all kinds of things that go with it, you know. Like sometimes they get grumpy at you when you don't return it, and they never tell you when you're supposed to return it or where you're supposed to return it to. So it's just not. It's a pain in the butt to get equipment from people.
Part of it is when you get equipment from people, or you get equipment from other people, is unless, for example, like a computer, you have a hard drive on there. Even after you clean it off, there's still residue on there. In other words, if you have your computer, you give it to somebody else. They can recover some of the stuff you put
They can
on
recover anything off of it. I have recovery software that will let me recover stuff that's been zapped 6 months ago on it. You can't, unless you electronically wand the computer what it does is it makes everything smaller and smaller on your computer. It puts it over in a little section and it condenses it and it keeps condensing it until what happens is you eventually run out of space on your computer because you put so much stuff on it. You say, well, I don't have anything on this computer. Why I've only got 49% left and there's only, 1/3 of it's in use. It's because that other third is basically all in programming that has not been going.
Which is the same reason if you have memory cards that over time they will hold less and less memory.
That's right. You got to have to reformat those things. But reformatting a computer disk will not clean the material off. It just sticks it in another corner, partitions it. The only way to clean it totally is to wand it.
Yeah.
That's that. Basically you walk up with a wand. Basically, I think it was a scene in Hillary Swank movie where they're going to the Save the Earthquake Center. They had the guy running from computer to computer with his electronic magnetic wand going over every single one of his computers to wipe out everything that was on them. That's the only way it works, folks. Don't
so part of
believe
it is if you want to send us toys, yes, we will play with them. But usually when we are actually buying toys, we are looking for something very specific to fit in to what we're doing.
That's right, but we would rather own the thing than have it sent to us, though. The people that send us, give us things that we can keep, we're very pleased with, and they get an awful lot of PR work for our stuff. We go out of our way to let people see the equipment, so but this, we tell people, you want to send her swimsuits, you know where you can, we've told you, contact the Bikini Czar at .net, at Bikini Czar at Monty Bubbles, the Bikini Czar at Yahoo or the Bikini Czar Gmail. Those are emails. Or just send a thing to make a comment, because we have told people. Equipment, we would love to have some new equipment, because we've been finding out that some of the new equipment we've been looking at isn't really available. Fun, isn't it? So she wants a new one of those. We're looking at one 2 days ago that does not. This one turns completely around. This is really a high-tech little toy here.
Yeah.
The next one we're going.
Do that.
Yeah, it basically makes like a tablet, folks. See? And you can e-reader, all that stuff on it. But
Wait, see why it's a toy.
the one that we're looking at, we're going live in 3D in 4 weeks, because we can't get the camera any sooner than 3 weeks, no matter. This is a good one. It doesn't make any difference if you got the cash in your hand. You cannot get the camera we want until almost the 1st of November. So it's like she was all unhappy because of the fact, well, I can go get it. It doesn't make any difference. You can't get it because they can't even deliver it until the 4th week of the month. So we got to have a special computer to go live with.
Yeah.
Because this one, the big thing in the front, this big thing in the front is the biggest.
Oh, we love this computer.
It's the god-awful biggest laptop computer you're ever going to find.
I mean, size-wise,
it's big. It's that one too. It is huge.
Yeah, I mean, what is this, a 16-inch screen?
Yeah, I think it's what is it?
It's not a 17.
I think it's 18, isn't it?
No, I think it's 16.
16, I don't know. It's as big a screen that they make, because it has got the biggest internal it's the fastest computer this one is not on the market, folks.
Yeah, we got this one actually last holiday season, and it's 8 gigabytes in memory, and
it is fast. It's an 8 gigabyte gaming computer.
Yeah.
So with 2 gigabytes memory for your gaming, so it's fast. It's got our editing. That right there has our 3D programming on it, and it is the only computer that we can do 3D on. Period. Because there isn't anything else big enough.
Well, the other ones we have are desktops.
Yeah, but they still don't work like this one. So
yeah, this one is a very.
This one's designed for gaming, but like I said, she's a geek at heart. So.
I know. I love my toys.